Welcome to TKT course by Teacher Teresa, Module 1, Part 2, Background to Language Learning, Unit 13, Learner Characteristics. Contents. Understanding learner characteristics. What are learner characteristics? Learner characteristics include motivation, learning styles, learning strategies, maturity, and past language learning experience. These factors affect their attitude toward language learning, the way they learn, how they respond to different teaching methods, and their overall success in learning a language. Learning styles. A learning style is a person's preferred way of taking in, processing, and remembering new information and skills. For example, some people learn best by seeing images, while others learn by listening or doing activities. Experts have classified learning styles in various ways, some based on sensory preferences, others on social interaction, and some on thinking styles. Below are some common learning styles. Visual, learn best through seeing and watching. Auditory, learn best through hearing and listening. Kinesthetic, learn best through movement, physical activities, or experiments. Group, learn best through working with others. Individual, learn best through working alone. Reflective, learn best through thinking before making decisions or taking action. Impulsive, learn best through quick responses without overthinking. Analytic, learn best through logical analysis and critical thinking. Autonomous, learn best through self-directed learning, deciding both content and method. From these descriptions, it's clear that learners with different styles learn in different ways, and require different teaching methods. However, it's important to note that learners don't always fit neatly into one learning style, they may have a mix. Additionally, different cultures may encourage the use of certain learning styles more than others. Learners' preferences can also change over time. As they grow, they might discover new methods that work better for them. Learning strategies. When learning a language, learners use various strategies to help them understand, remember, and apply the new language. Using the right strategy at the right time can make language learning easier and help learners become more independent or autonomous. Some effective learning strategies include repeating new words in your mind until they are memorized. Trying out the newly learned language in conversations. Asking for feedback from the teacher or others on your language use. Using the foreign language as much as possible in your daily activities. Recording your voice, listening attentively, and correcting any pronunciation mistakes. Selecting specific vocabulary areas to focus on, and learning them. Thinking of techniques to help you memorize all the new vocabulary from each lesson. Writing new words on separate cards, and placing them somewhere you can easily see, like on your mirror. Paraphrasing, restating something using different words, to make the meaning clearer. Writing summaries of lessons, to enhance understanding. Since every learner is different, the strategies that work best for them depend on their personality and learning style. There is no single best learning strategy, but studies suggest that using learning strategies definitely supports learning success, and that learners can be trained to use these strategies. Maturity. Maturity is about growing physically, mentally, and emotionally. Learners of different ages, children, teenagers, and adults, have different levels of maturity, which is why they learn differently. Below are some major differences in maturity that affect language learning. Children, teenagers, adults. Movement, need to move often. Can sit still longer, but still need movement. Can sit still for long periods. Attention span, can concentrate for short periods. Developing ability to concentrate longer. Can concentrate for long periods. Learning style, learn by doing and experiencing. Learn by experiencing, and also thinking. Can learn through abstract thinking. Self-control, struggle to control and plan their behavior. Learning to control and plan their behavior. Can control and plan their behavior. Risk-taking, not afraid to make mistakes or take risks. May be anxious about what others think of them. Often cautious, and less willing to take risks. Self-awareness, unaware of themselves or their actions. Uncomfortably aware of themselves or their actions. Fully aware of themselves or their actions. Language focus, focus on meaning. Focus on meaning, and start noticing form. Can focus on both meaning and form. Life experience, limited life experience. Gaining more life experience. Have life experience. Cognitive skills, still developing. Cognitive skills, often fully developed by age 15. Have fully developed cognitive skills. Motivation to learn, motivated by the desire to communicate and learn. Motivation can change a lot, and may be absent at times. Motivation, usually guided by intention and self-regulation. Since learners are not all the same, these descriptions may not fit everyone exactly. They simply summarize general learning characteristics. However, they help us understand why learners of different age groups require different ways of teaching. Past language learning experience. Teenage and adult learners may have previous experience with learning English, and they may already have their own preferred learning styles. For example, an adult learner might be used to grammar-based learning, which worked well for them. However, if they join a class where learning is focused only on communicative activities, such as speaking or writing with others, they might feel like they're not learning. But they might also find this new method enjoyable. Similarly, another learner who was taught through translation in the past may find it challenging if translation isn't used in their new class. Teachers, especially those working with adults or teens, need to understand how their learners have learned in the past and what they prefer now. Some learners may be open to trying new methods, while others might prefer the approach they are familiar with. Other factors that influence learning include learners' language level, motivation, and personality. For example, a learner might be shy, outgoing, patient, curious, confident, or anxious, and these characteristics will affect how and how much they get involved in class activities. Key concepts and the language teaching classroom. Read these tips and mark the ones that matter most to you. Teachers should reflect on their own learning styles, learning strategies, and past language learning experiences, and compare them with their teaching methods. Many teachers naturally teach the way they prefer to learn, but this may not align with all their learners' preferences. Being aware of this can help them adjust their teaching approach. Certain learner characteristics, like learning strategies and past language learning experiences, are more applicable to teaching teenagers and adults than to teaching children. To identify our learners' characteristics, we can use various methods, such as asking them directly, observing their behavior, distributing questionnaires, and requesting feedback at the end of the lesson on which activities they found enjoyable, why they liked them, and how else they may prefer to work. Learners can be trained to be aware of and use various learning strategies. This is an important aspect of learner training. For example, we can give them a list of strategies for memorizing vocabulary, and ask which ones they like best and why, or we can ask them how they solved a problem, to help them notice helpful strategies. When learners are unhappy with new teaching methods, teachers may need to introduce the changes slowly, and explain why these changes are being made. This is an important part of learner training, helping students adjust their ways of learning. If learners are unable or unwilling to adapt to new methods, teachers may need to adjust their own teaching approaches to help learners feel more comfortable and confident in their learning. Teachers can include various types of activities in their lessons to accommodate different learning styles. For example, they might start with a listening task, move on to a reading exercise, include group work, follow with a mingle activity, where learners talk to each other, and finish with an exercise. Learners' maturity has a significant impact on how teachers plan lessons and choose activities. It influences key decisions, such as the number of activities, their duration, the level of difficulty, the amount of hands-on experience, whether to focus on meaning or form, the motivational strategies to use, and how much learners should speak in front of the class. Teachers may not always be able to align their teaching with every learner's characteristics in each lesson, but by varying their teaching strategies throughout different lessons, they can meet the needs of various learners. See Units 19, 20, 21 for planning lessons that reflect learner characteristics. Thank you.